1111. So many people are seeing this number. You know, it's people have been seeing this number for years, but for some reason it's becoming even stronger now, and there is good reason for that. So what does it really mean? There's a lot of explanations about this, but what does it truly mean? What is the message behind this? Well, when we look at the 1, which is quadrupled in this equation, the 1 is the number of spirit. And this was the number 1 governed the past millennium and the past century cycle. So we have the number of spirit being quadrupled in its intensity, in its availability, and in what it offers. And the 1 is about courage and initiative, and it's pushing for this because this is really needed. We need courageous leaders. We need courageous leaders that are strengthened by spirit. You know, if there's no spirit, there's no life. If the body has no spirit, the body has no life. So it's a strength. It's what gives us strength. And so this is what's very much needed. So we have four 1s. And then when we go further with this calculation, we bring the 1s, each 1's down to a 2. So then we have a double 2. And so then we form the 11-2, which is a master number. It is a number of leadership with heart. It's not the exclusive leadership that we had in the past century, in the past millennium. This is an inclusive leadership with heart that says whatever decisions you make, how you lead, you must also take into account the effect that this will have on others, on those that you in fact lead. This is the message, you know, this is the second message that we're getting through here. It's not a message, it's a mandate. You know, we're seeing this over and over again. This is being pushed for us to look at. And when you consider that the number 2 is the number of light, you know, it's the number of light that allows us to see this so clearly, because this light will get brighter and brighter. We can no longer ignore what is going on in the world and the type of leadership that we have. We can no longer ignore that. And that is changing. That is changing. So then we have the 11, we have the 4 1s, then we have the 11-2 masters. And then when we consider the 2 and the 2 together, we come to the grandest master of all, the 22-4 master. And this is the number that has been active behind the scenes in world cycles for a few decades now, quite a few decades. We're about 2/3 of the way through. We still have a little way to go where we can use the influence and the impact and the power that this 22-4 master offers. Yes, it is the most difficult of experiences to live, the 22 master, because there is so much opposition, but there is so much that we can achieve. We can achieve the peace and harmony that is mandated for this millennium and for this century cycle. That can be achieved. So this is the message of the 1111.